Hey everybody, it's Amy Head at New Perspectives for Life in Marietta, Georgia. It's time for our Micro Minute. We're doing our Micro Minute for Mental Health series all year long. And we are just starting out 2026, the new year. So this is where we are, day 2. And we're taking January to focus on reset. Everything that we talk about this month is going to be how to reset something that is vitally important to our function, our motivation, our mental health, our perspective, our mood, everything like that. So today we are going to focus on how to reset in a micro minute, in 1 minute, your vagus nerve. Now you may be familiar with the vagus nerve. It is the longest nerve that starts at the base of our head and runs all the way down through our gut. And everything kind of shoots off of the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is responsible for regulating all the systems in our body, from our heart rate, our blood pressure, our digestion, our emotional control, our focus, everything. And you can do a lot more research on this, and I really encourage you to do that because it is so vitally important to everything we do. And what's crazy is we have the power to actually assist and manage the vagus nerve toward its most efficient, most effective function. And today we're going to talk about what you can do in 1 minute that will help reset this vagus nerve. And when you begin to reset the vagus nerve, you begin to manage your blood pressure, your racing heart rate, your racing thoughts, your anxiety, your depression. So if you struggle with any of those things, which if you're human and you have a heartbeat, you will struggle with those things at times because that's part of the natural human condition. But if you struggle with it to a point where it's feeling like it's managing you, like your anxiety is managing you, or your anger is managing you, or your lack of focus, or your procrastination, they're managing you, this is going to give you power back over all of that to where you are more in the driver's seat. So how this is going to work, and you are not going to believe this. This is crazy, but this strategy for 1 minute, this micro minute, is something that you are already doing, maybe in the privacy of your own home, because maybe you don't really carry a tune very well, but maybe you carry a tune great and you actually do this professionally. But what the strategy is for today is singing. And it can be singing, humming, chanting, anything that uses the voice. Not necessarily talking, because talking generally involves the analytic function of our brain, because we're putting words together, we're having to think about what we're gonna say. But if we're singing, we pretty much already know the lyrics, so we're not really having to think about chain of thought or process of where our thought is going to begin and end. And if we're humming, there's no words at all. And if we're chanting, it's usually one word or maybe a mantra. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 1 minute, and you might actually do this for longer, because if you sing to your favorite song, chances are your favorite song is like 2 to 3 minutes long or so. But you're just gonna sing, or you're gonna hum. And you can sing the lyric, you can sing the melody, you can sing the harmony, you can mess around with it. If you're chanting, you can stay on one tone. If you're humming, you can stay on one tone. The tonality of it doesn't matter. What's happening with the singing is it is extending our breath. And when we extend our breath, we give more oxygen to the brain, like we've talked about before, but it also is a reset to calm the vagus nerve down and to put it in its highest form of function. So today what I want you to do is just on your own, and any given moment, in the shower, while you're driving, at home, wherever, just sing. And you can do this multiple times. And this is one that you may not even need to time for a minute, because it's not going to seem intrusive into your day. Especially though if you're chanting or humming, really focus on how that feels in the body. If you're just going like, if you're doing a melody, if you're just doing one tone, if you're doing some kind of chant with breath work like ja, 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 whatever it is, you can make it up. But 1 minute, singing, chanting, humming, it will work to help reset the vagus nerve. And when the vagus nerve is reset, it is back in charge of all the functions that may seem out of your control, and it will help calm everything down. It's a great mind, body, breath connection. All right, guys, that's it. Reset your vagus nerve today, and we'll see you tomorrow.